Akwa Ibom State caucus in the Senate has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to cancel April 11, 2015 governorship and State House of Assembly election in the state. Addressing a news conference at the National Assembly complex in Abuja, the leader of the Akwa Ibom caucus in the National Assembly, Senator Aloysius Echuk, said the April 11, 2015 governorship and House of Assembly election were characterized with violence and malpractices.
On this note, I want to say that having due consultation with our constituents, after due consultation with the major stakeholders in our state, we've taken this stand to call on INEC and every agency involved in electioneering and the activities leading and bordering on the election to please help Akwa Ibom so that Akwa Ibom can reunite and be one entity, where brothers will live with each other and sisters will see each other and congratulate and continue to be brothers to each other and other brothers to brothers, sisters to sisters, and therefore we call on INEC to please reschedule the election in Akwa Ibom while the present result of election is cancelled, so that peace can return to Akwa Ibom State.
Speaking at the news conference, Senator Ellen Eswenen asked the Independent National Electoral Commission to investigate the conduct of the election in the state.
INEC might have been deceived to announce a result that he thought was credible. But we are asking INEC to go back and do some cross-checks, do some random samplings with the result sheets that came from the units.
With the card readers.
That is where the thing starts, the units. Let them go back and do some random checks with the card readers in the units and then the collation at the ward and the local government before it even got to the state. Then after doing that, let him publish what he has seen and then convince us that the result that was given to him was free and fair.
In his submission, Senator Ethan Enang said the election did not take place in Akwa Ibom State following the malpractices that characterized the exercise.
Well, we're saying that there was no election to even be challenged in the court. There was none. Because election happens when one person votes, that are voting, not when one person collects the electoral material or surrender the result sheet, and then they simply write figures and give, and it's announced. That is no election. That is why we're saying, INEC, when you have discovered that and agreed that there was no election, the entire exercise is a nullity, and there being a nullity, there is nothing to even declare. If you declare from a nullity, then you can reverse yourself, because there was no election on which any result could have been declared, subject of a tribunal.
As 7th Senate wind up its activity, the 3 senators currently representing Akwa Ibom State will not return in the 8th Senate, as none of them made it in the just concluded National Assembly election. From National Assembly Complex, Abuja, Nigeria, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
Security agencies have been given a pass mark in the just concluded gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections in Nigeria. The Executive Director, Clean Foundation, Kemi Okeyodo, and Professor Itanibi Alemikar, who spoke to newsmen at the presentation of the preliminary findings of the conduct of security personnel in the April poll, said there was an increased professionalism exhibited by the security personnel.
Make public our preliminary findings on the conduct of security personnel, particularly the police, during the gubernatorial and state houses of assembly election. Overall, it was good, good conduct, overall assessment, even though, although we still notice some pockets of areas that needs to be improved upon?
What we found is basically that there is no significant differences in the conduct of security agencies during the presidential and gubernatorial elections. However, as we all know, there were a lot of skirmishes in the respect of the gubernatorial elections in particular states, and in those states that posed a lot of challenges for the security agencies. Some of them were killed, and of course they had to respond also to some of those challenges. So to that extent, we find a marginal decline in the quality of their overall assessment by only 1 percentage point, which is not statistically significant. We have seen increasing professionalism, increasing attempt by the security agencies to be impartial, and therefore we encourage them to go in that direction. But the respective agencies must continue their training. They must continue to work with the civil society organization to improve these professionalism.
The group is of the hope that those identified to have violated the election airing process will be prosecuted. Clean Foundation, a non-governmental organization since 2003, has been observing the conduct of security personnel on election duty. Osam Rafo, Bank Television News, Abuja, Nigeria.
Ahead of May 29 handover date of the incoming administration, National President Nigerian Labour Congress Comrade Ayuba Nwabwa has called on the President-elect General Muhammadu Buhari to put modalities in place to ensure economic growth and improve security in the country. NSC President, in an exclusive chat with Ben TV in Abuja, said the incoming administration has a lot to tackle, especially in the area of job creation and many more.
And with what have happened in our polity, there is great expectation. People want food on their table. People want better health care. People want good governance, education, infrastructure, and all of this. This is the general expectation of Nigerians. But specifically as a labor movement, I think we have also very high expectation. And those expectations stem from the fact that with what have happened in the process of this election, and the fact also that the process of the election have been strengthened, a lot of people now have the hope that their votes have counted, and therefore their expectation also must be met.
Comrade Nwabwa said NSC is joining others across the globe to call for speedy and safe rescue of over 200 girls adopted by Boko Haram last year, April.
And also urge our authorities and even the larger global community to come to the aid of Nigeria, to come to the aid of the parents, and see to it that these girls are actually located and are brought back safe and sound. This will be a commitment of all of us as Nigerians, because imagine a situation if those girls are either your sisters or your biological children. What state of mind will you be? So I think this is what our leaders and all of us need to reflect on.
The girls were adopted at the government secondary school Chibok, Borno State, Nigeria on April 14, 2014. From Abuja, LM Chukwemeka, report for Ben TV.
The Youth Forum of All Progressive Congress has called on the youth to be vigilant and hold elected officers accountable for the promises made during electionary campaign. The chairman of the APC Youth Forum, Ismail Ahmed, stated this at a news conference in Abuja.
We as young people must be patient to see the dividends of change truly come from this government. We must also be vigilant and ensure that the agents of change, those who we have entrusted with the positions of authority, remain accountable to the promises that they have made to this young generation and generations that would come after.
Ismail Ahmed also called on the president-elect to involve youth in the formation of the new government.
Well, youths have already participated in the campaign. They have participated in the political party. They will certainly participate in the government.
Muyiwa Bamidele reporting from Abuja.